Okay, guys, so this is the stock AFRM, and this thing went up a lot on earnings, and we're going to talk about what's most likely going to happen to the stock next, okay? Now, before we get into what recently happened, oh, they reported better earnings, better revenue, all this and that, right? Let's talk about all the things that happened before that. So people are talking about their net profit, that they're not even profitable when it comes to net profit, and a bunch of other fundamentals. Some people argue it's overvalued, some people argued it's undervalued. I think it's exactly where it needs to be according to fundamentals, and that this stock is going to move based off of cycles and technicals because everything else is priced in. So unless something big happens tomorrow, some news comes in, it's not really going to matter. The fundamentals aren't really going to matter much. Now, if you're a long-term investor, then it's a completely different story. But I'm more of a cycle investor or a trader, stuff like that. So I wouldn't hold this for more than 2 years or even maybe three at most. But yeah, so it wouldn't really matter. Now, when it comes to the stock, it recently just reported really good earnings, right? Better than expected. And now that's priced in. And that's why we actually opened higher and even shot up a little higher after. And now we went all the way back down. So let's take a look at the technicals and find out if the stock is at a good discount and if it's worth holding or not, or how much of our portfolio we should be allocating to this. And I'll let you guys know exactly what I'm doing and exactly why, okay? So when you zoom out, right, on the daily time frame, you guys can see that we have major support over here, right? Pivot, 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 and then pivot. This level clearly got respected, so that level is going to matter. And that's why I have a parallel channel, right? So I have a parallel channel of that support all the way up until resistance. So this level is going to tell us a lot, okay? If we can break above this predicted resistance level, that would be big. Now, what happened after earnings is we did go up, but then we see we have a lot of sellers here. A lot of people took profits on AFFRM, and it even ended up closing lower than where it opened. And that's not a good sign. On top of that, it looks like we're breaking back below. We're breaking below the support, right? We kind of did. So based on what just happened, I would say probability does favor downside into this gap fill. I think we will probably fill in this gap short term. Now, what's going to happen to the stock more in the medium term and long term according to the charts and cycle? Well, when it comes to cycles, the analysis is going to be really simple. And I've learned this from institutional traders. It's not that complicated. Sometimes it's very easy. And you can see we have a bear market here, right? After a bull market. Anyways, bear market, sideways market, and then what's next? Bull market. I mean, the same thing happened here. Look, bear market, sideways, bull market. Again, bear, side, the bull is next. Now, once we break above this resistance and we can hold above it, that will most likely indicate that this is going to continue a lot higher and make new all-time highs. Now, do I think that the value of this company should be all the way up here somewhere? No, but that doesn't mean the stock can't go there. And it depends on what type of environment you're in, right? If you're in a risk on environment or a risk off, stuff like that. But according to the charts, we did have a lot of consolidation. I think we are ready to go a lot higher, okay? And all we can do is look at the charts. Fundamentals, again, there's people that went to Harvard and they understand it better than we do, and they've priced everything in a lot sooner than we could have, and there's no point, okay? Anyways, we have a gap fill here. Now, if you do want to get into the stock, which by the way, I personally won't be getting into the stock. And the reason is because there are other stocks with lower risk, okay? Lower risk, higher reward, right? And they're also safer. Lower risk, higher reward. They're safer. They have less downside. So there's no point for me to buy a company like this. But for those of you that really believe in it and really want to buy it, I'll let you know exactly what I would do. I would start to dollar cost average. Now, I wouldn't start dollar cost averaging in until this gap is filled. And then if it goes a little lower, I could buy in at the next gap over here at $66. If it goes lower, maybe you can start buying at the 618 Fibonacci level or the zero 0.5, something like that. Just dollar cost in because there is a lot of downside. So even if you're a long-term believer in this company, I wouldn't just put in big chunks of money. If I'm willing to, for example, put $100 in, I'd only put in like 10 or $15, maybe 20 over here. Okay, and if you don't really believe in this company that much and you want to look for a safer entry, then I wouldn't even touch this thing, right? A more conservative play would mean that you start your dollar cost average journey at the zero 0.5 or 0.6 Fibonacci level, because this can go a heck of a lot lower. Okay, it doesn't mean that the bull just because we had all this sideways consolidation doesn't mean that we can't go down before going up. Okay, so keep that in mind. But again, this is a very quality company. Everyone knows about this. I would say probability does favor upside overall after maybe a little bit more of a pullback. I think this is going to go a lot higher. I really do. Again, the only reason I'm not buying this is because I think there are safer opportunities with, again, more upside, less downside, and higher, and even a higher ROI. So this right now isn't my cup of tea. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. I do want to share with you guys something really quick, right? It's my trade alert service. So I send out trade alerts, and I'm giving everyone a 30-day trial. A 30-day trial, right? The promo code is gonna be in the description of this video, okay? And basically, if you use the promo code, you get this for free. So I send out trading alerts for stocks, right? Stocks, commodities, crypto, everything, mostly stocks, investing alerts, right? And we have daily classes where we do a market analysis. You guys should really check it out. 30 days free, what's there to lose? And we have a 75% win rate. Okay. And the code will expire, so make sure you guys use it ASAP. And we have a 75% win rate in the past 2 years. So check it out, and hopefully you like it and stay for life, because that's what most people do when they sign up for this. Anyways, you let me know in the comments what you guys think will happen to Affirm as well. And with that all being said, I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care, guys.